All right, everybody, and here we are, 4 hours north of Toronto, and we're exactly in Sudbury. Yeah, so even during the day, like I do see and feel that I've been eyed at. Like, you know, the guy across the street, he's... So do you think Sudbury will grow faster in value than Toronto?
Not with the crime rate and the drug pandemic.
What does it feel like? We will find out in a second. And would you actually move here? So the debate is if you could avoid the high prices of Toronto GTA and move to these smaller towns and cities like Sudbury, would you actually do it? I have 5 questions that I got that sent from you subscribers and viewers, what it would feel like, and I will try to answer it as best as possible. But let's get in the actual feel of this town of Sudbury. So to be honest with you, it feels fine, right? Like it feels clean at the moment. It's a beautiful day on top of that, right? So this is the downtown of Sudbury. We can see that the patios are out already, but there's not much people, to be honest with you, at the moment, right? So I wonder why that is. But as of now, like it feels great. I mean, like the town feels fine, even though I do believe walking down here in like, you know, at night or something like that, like it wouldn't be as same, or it wouldn't feel, I'm not gonna say safe, but we can call it safe, like, you know, because I kind of feel that there are some sketchy areas or whatever. But I know in terms of real estate, we're talking $500,000 for a average price here at Sudbury. But would you actually move here? That's the number one question, because a lot of people say, yes, I want cheaper pricing, I want this and that. But once they come to these smaller, let's say, towns or cities and stuff like that, then they're missing other elements, right? And elements could be like, you know, transportation, could be the means of, you know, finding a job or changing a job or career much easier in bigger cities. Obviously, like, you know, hubs like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, Ottawa, right? So it could be the difference. And then like just all these perks, right? Like, because it feels like that this town is, you know, obviously it's a student town. They have universities here at Sudbury and whatnot. But I see a lot of homeless people just roaming around. And I'm not saying that they're not roaming around in downtown Toronto as well, but it because the city is so big, it feels like that they're blending in so much faster, right? So on that note, I can also feel that Sudbury has a lot of these commercial buildings, establishments, businesses, right? And, you know, they have a lot of these new construction going on, right? Which gives a feeling of the actual city growing in a sense, and also gives a feeling of that there's stuff actually happening, right? And as we speak, somebody got a parking ticket and they will tow this particular vehicle, right? So which is not cool at all. Anyways, so let's get into some of these questions here. And number one question would be here is like, if you could cut your mortgage or rent in half, would you trade the big city lifestyle for a smaller, quieter community, right? So yes, lower cost, monthly costs is less stress on a person or a family or whatever. So it would 100% help. And depending what the goal is, right? And I would say, like, if the mission or a family purpose or a goal is to pay off a property, obviously you can do it much faster, you know, in areas like this here, right? So it's something, but then again, you're losing something else. So I would say, me personally, I'm a 50-50, to be honest with you, even though like this feels fine, right? Like it's summertime and whatnot, but I'm sure that the harsh conditions of winter and there are other elements that are also added that people don't pay attention to this, right? And it things like, higher hydro bills, higher heating bills, higher taxes. I find like Sudbury has high tax brackets, right? So, and then all these other perks that are associated with that. So, I don't know, but like if we're talking, pound for pound or dollar for dollar, obviously the bang for the buck in Sudbury is so much higher. So, second question, is it worth living somewhere with fewer career opportunities if it means you can own a home debt-free much earlier in life? I think 100%. Like there's got to be a plan in place. And if you cannot find yourself, or if there's no job opportunity in your field and whatnot, I mean, it's useless. Like, why are you gonna come here and live here if things are not gonna make any sense whatsoever, right? Like, if you cannot find employment, right? Because you still have to keep writing your costs and bills. That doesn't matter if you move here or not. You will still have ongoing bills, right? So, if you have a specialty trade, I don't think it would work here, right? But is it worth it? Like it would depend. I know that the city is also kind of widespread, and it just feels like it. The intersections are large. It feels like that things are wide, and it's hard to get around, right? So you would probably, not probably, you would 100% need a vehicle, right? So yeah, as you can see, as I'm walking through here and everybody's asking me for money just to pass through and whatnot, right? Which it is what it is. I mean, they're living a particular lifestyle or they're whatever it is. But yeah, so even during the day, like I do see and feel that I've been eyed at. Like, that guy across the street, he's eyeballing me like for the past 5 minutes, me walking through downtown and recording, right? So you might not be able to maybe hear it, but he's yelling it out, right? So I don't know, maybe he sees my camera, maybe stuff like that, right? So do I feel safe? I don't know. Like it's a 50-50, to be honest with you, in the middle of the day. I think in at night it would be a different story. But let's get into the question number 3. Do you think smaller cities like Sudbury will grow in value faster over the next decade than places like Toronto?
Of course, loves you.
Of course,
So do you think Sudbury will grow faster in value than Toronto?
Not with the crime rate and the drug pandemic.
Well, what? You think there's no,
You
no
mean
crime
growth
and drugs in
businesses?
Yes.
If
Real estate prices.
if the
yeah,
Doug
yeah.
Ford does what he says,
Yeah. All right, guys.
but he can make it happen if they put money into businesses.
Got it.
Business. Remember when after the pandemic, Trudeau said they will give, because 40% of small businesses collapsed after the pandemic, right?
Right.
Government was offering 16,000 to people with new business ideas. If they put that out again, that will happen.
And you're sitting like that on the corner of a street and you know all of it, eh?
Well, no. I do not agree.
These guys-
If they develop the Ring of Fire in the north,
Right.
there's trillions of
No,
trillions
but
of dollars.
that's native land. That's whole nother world.
But it's going to be developed. There's no ifs, ands,
The
or buts
Ring of
about it.
Fire-
It's just they got it.
So okay, so let me put it this way. You had $500,000 cash. Would you invest it in Sudbury or Toronto? Simple question. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, but we're born from here. I would invest in
I'm not
Sudbury
from here, I'm from
because
Kingston.
Toronto has more gangs than Sudbury.
Yeah, maybe.
There's more. Sudbury has crime rate, but it's specific to a
Toronto
certain
doesn't.
area. Yes, I know, but I said Toronto's worse. Toronto's gangs. Sudbury is just drug related.
Holy.
Listen, yeah, if you have $500,000,
Yeah, no, not me, but just generally speaking,
yeah.
someone had $500,000.
A bar that has a new
Listen, they're going to develop
What's
the
that?
Ring of Fire.
something
And
new.
that's gonna-
They need something new.
That's going to
Like,
set real estate.
did you ever hear the word echo karaoke?
No, I didn't.
I know, I made it up. You know Johnny that
Yeah.
does karaoke?
Yeah.
Okay, echo karaoke is you play the song with the person on stage singing. So even if he's off key, that song is still there.
Anyway, listen, I gotta go. Bless you guys. All the best. All right.
Sudbury.
Okay, buddy. Take care, man. All right. So we heard it firsthand. Not everybody is brutal, obviously, right? Like I've talked to these guys. I just stopped them, and they're claiming, yes, if you had a business idea or a proper idea, you would be able to actually run a proper business in Sudbury, and you could be successful, right? He had like an idea of an echo something, right? Like karaoke, which I don't know, might be not a bad idea, but he seemed intelligent because he was throwing some graphs and numbers in his head and whatnot. So that was pretty interesting. So question number 4, how much does access to major airports, shopping and nightlife really matter to your quality of life? I think all of that, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, like if you have to go, you don't travel a lot, right? Like to the airports and whatnot. Like when you travel, but whatever, like it's not a big deal. Like if you have to travel a few hours to a nearby airport, I don't think it's a deal breaker if your life overall will be better. Shopping as well. I do believe that Sudbury has enough places to do your shopping and whatnot, right? So would you sacrifice convenience for more space, nature, and slow pace, even if it meant longer, harsher winters? Well, I mean, again, that's the trade-off. Which would you do it? I don't know. I think me personally, I think there's a lot more going on, and just being like closer to that hub to Toronto, even though the prices are higher, right? And I'm not even using, trails in Toronto as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't use the nature. Like I don't use the winter like some people do, like skiing, snowboarding. I do ski and stuff like that, but I believe like living here, you have to absorb the nature like so much more in order for it to make sense and for you to enjoy it and all of that stuff, right? So I will leave it at that, but please comment below, would you actually move down here if it meant buying an average home for around $500,000 versus, Toronto being twice as much at this point. So, but as you heard, like even the local people just sitting on the curb, they believe that Sudbury can do so much better. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.